Hello, welcome back to Mideast in Depth, part of Levant TV's Press Reviews. Today we will look at a controversial article suggesting that the US President Barack Obama is bombing Muslim nations, and another article suggesting that Jihadi Ground Zero will be in Gaza. George Monbiot writes an article in The Guardian titled "Why Stop at ISIS When We Could Bomb the Whole Muslim World?" The writer says, even though sarcastically, let's bomb the Muslim world, all of it, to save the lives of its people. Surely this is the only consistent moral course. Why stop at the Islamic State? How about blasting the Shia militias in Iraq? The writer questions, is there not an urgent duty to blow up Saudi Arabia? In 2009, Hillary Clinton warned in a secret memo that Saudi Arabia remains a critical financial support base for Al-Qaeda and the Taliban and other terrorist groups. Prince Bandar bin Sultan, until recently the head of Saudi intelligence, told former head of MI6 the time is not far off in the Middle East when it will be literally God help the Shia. More than 1 billion Sunnis have simply had enough of them. According to The Guardian writer, President Barack Obama has now bombed 7 largely Muslim countries, in each case citing a moral imperative. The result, as you can see in Libya, Iraq, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Yemen, Somalia and Syria, has been the eradication of jihadi groups. He adds that evil has been driven from the face of the earth by destroying angels of the West. There are no good solutions that military intervention by the UK or the US can engineer. Instead, the writer says, they should cease to protect, sponsor and arm selected networks of death. The regions in which our governments have intervened most are those that suffer most from terrorism and war. That is neither coincidental nor surprising. Yet our politicians affect to learn nothing. Insisting that more killing will magically resolve deep-rooted conflict, they scatter bombs like fairy dust. Aaron Zeline of the Washington Institute writes an article titled, "Will Gaza be the global jihadist next ground zero?" Zeline says supporters of ISIS and other global jihadist organizations were amongst those killed in the latest Gaza conflict, raising questions about the extent to which these groups are entrenching themselves in the area. In almost all of these conflict arenas of the Middle East, jihadis made a poor military showing in the war that broke out in one crucial geographic area, the Gaza-Sinai Peninsula nexus, which rates as the most symbolically important in the Muslim world and, as a result, a key location for various global jihadis to prove their bona fides. To assess quite how poor their record and their capabilities were in the 2014 Gaza war, Zeline says it is worth a comparison with the previous Israel-Hamas war of November 2012. Just 2 years ago, 5 jihadi groups, Jamaat Ansar Bayt al-Maqdis, Jaysh al-Umma, Jaysh al-Islam, Majlis Shura al-Mujahideen fi Aknaf Bayt al-Maqdis, and Nasir Salah ad-Din brigades launched 99 rocket attacks in only 10 days at Ashkelon, Eilat, Eshkol, Jewish West Bank settlements, Kamiya, Kibbutz, Saad, Kifishum, Netivot, and Sderot. In contrast, over a 6-week period this summer, a different configuration of 6 groups, the Abdullah Lazam brigades, Ansar al-Dawla al-Islamiyya fi Gaza, Jamaat Ansar Bayt al-Maqdis, Jaysh al-Umma Liwa al-Tawheed, and Majlis Shura al-Mujahideen fi Aknaf Bayt al-Maqdis, launched only 117 rockets. This highlights how the pace and overall number of their missile attacks on Israel were much lower this time around. However, the variety of locations targeted were far more diverse, in part because these groups are also targeted IDF units operating within Gaza, as well as Israeli towns and cities. As we have seen a number of times in a variety of other conflict theaters, global jihadist growth and strength trends to surprise those who made the mistake of taking them too lightly or writing them off too soon, which is why we will only be able to measure how far this broader jihadi movement has resonated and entrenched itself inside Gaza when the next Gaza-Israel war comes around. That was it for today's brief analysis. For more updates, visit our website on levant.tv. You could also subscribe to Mideast in Depth on iTunes. Thanks for watching and bye for now.